Alright, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to talk about some NBA news, so let's get right into it here. So, first thing is trade talks. It was reported earlier today between the Phoenix Suns and Charlotte Hornets, which are centered around Miles Bridges. You know, there's been interest between Miles Bridges, the Phoenix Suns. Well, it was reportedly they were getting, end quote, serious Phoenix Suns. Man, that's kind of crazy. Like, I know he has a domestic violence thing against him, but I don't know if he would help the Phoenix Suns that much. I mean, I know he's averaging 20. I mean, he's averaging like 20 points a game, which is pretty good. But I don't know if that would make the Suns championship contenders. Say over Minnesota, Denver. Like, I don't know if that would make them contenders over them. But what are you going to trade? Like, you don't really have good assets to trade for Miles Bridges. Like, what do you have to trade on your bench? And if you do, you're basically trading your whole bench for Miles Bridges, and you won't really have a bench to score. And your starters will pretty much have to do all the scoring because you won't really have a bench. And just getting Bridges doesn't make them a championship team, in my opinion. Like, they'd have these four good players with KD, Booker, Beal, and Miles Bridges, but where's your bench? Where's your scoring going to come from off the bench? Grayson Allen? They have nothing to offer, and I just don't think that's a championship level team. So apparently the Knicks and Rich Paul reportedly hashed things out per S. Bondi NBA. Rich Paul really thinks he's that guy because he's friends with LeBron.
And I didn't like the idea of not being able to eat a normal portion for the rest of my life. For the last 2.5
So the biggest name that could be traded by the Bulls at the deadline may be Andre Drummond, per at Jay Cali Hoops. The growing opinion was if LaVine's contract can't be moved, the Bulls would likely make a smaller tweak to the current lineup, possibly moving Andre Drummond if the right deal presented itself. I mean, damn, no DeMar possibly being traded, no LaVine. Andre Drummond's low-key could be a good backup center for some teams, because he's still a really good rebounder. And some teams that need rebounding, teams that need rebounding, could low-key go up there and get Drummond as their backup center. If you have already a really good center starting, and not that you have a backup, you could have Andre Drummond as a good backup rebounder. He's an excellent rebounder. Like, I would say my Warriors. Like, I know we're a top 5 rebounding team, but he's still a big, and we're missing size, and he has size and can rebound. It could be even start for Kevon Looney. But he needs to go somewhere where maybe he could start, maybe he's still going to come off the bench, but I think he's a perfect role player off the bench that can rebound. But that's probably the biggest name that could get traded by the Bulls. I don't think they're going to trade Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan at this point, or even Alex Caruso. So, per report, we have two players talking about here from the Atlanta Hawks. Bogdan Bogdanovic and Saddiq Bey are linked to the Cavs with the NBA trade deadline days away. Low-key, I don't know if the Cavs would, especially Saddiq Bey, but I don't know about either of them. Because Bogey is the best contested standing still shooter next to Merrill. Just give him Strus in 2 seconds. I feel like Saddiq Bey's a fake 3-and-D player. I don't think he's that good. Bogey's probably the best contested standstill shooter next to Merrill, so you can probably give him Max Strus 2 second-round picks, maybe. If they're going to get one of these two players, I'd say go and get Bogdan Bogdanovic, because he's a really good 3-point shooter. And he could be a good 6-man off the bench. So, the Milwaukee Bucks now, they're keeping a, quote, close eye on DeAndre Hunter prior to Miko Hoops. So, maybe I don't know, what could they trade, though? I mean, you don't really need to have trade assets for DeAndre Hunter, per se. DeAndre Hunter's a negative contract. There's no assets need to give up. Maybe a few draft picks at best. So Kendrick Perkins, says Jalen Brunson belongs in conversation for the NBA's best point guard right now. I mean, he's not wrong here. He's a really talented player for sure. But I don't know about best point guard in the league, but I'd definitely say one of the top point guards in the league today. So, finally, a good take from Kendrick Perkins. If you say Jalen Brunson was the best point guard right now, I don't know if I'd say best point guard, maybe top 5 this year, because he's been balling. So, per report, Jared Vanderbilt to undergo tests to see if the season-ending procedure is needed. So, he suffered a injury last night, and I think it's a big loss to their defense, especially. So, hopefully it's better. I don't know what he injured, but apparently it could be a season-ender. So, 30 players, including Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, are already ineligible to win an NBA award this season. An additional 30 players, such as Joel Embiid and Chris Paul, are at risk of becoming ineligible due to the number of games missed. But who snuck in Gordon Hayward here? Chris Paul would be near something to win an NBA award, maybe a 6-man, but I don't know about that. But Chris Paul got injured. That's why he's here. I don't think Gordon Hayward has to worry. He's not going to win an award. I mean, Chris Paul probably won't either. The Dallas Mavericks are very interested in trading for Dorian Finney-Smith and are willing to offer multiple draft assets, per at Brett Siegel NBA. I don't know if I would give up a lot of picks, but he's a good 3-and-D role player, not easy to find, but he went 1 of 7 from 3 a couple of games ago. Really, you probably hope you can get him for cheap. But now they want him back on the team. But no one ever wanted to see him go, but it was the price for Kyrie. So I don't think they ever wanted to get rid of him. It's just it was the price for Kyrie to get Kyrie there. I can never see the Mavericks going back and getting him. So the San Antonio Spurs are the favorites to land Killian Hayes per at Bovada official. San Antonio Spurs plus 200, Toronto Raptors plus 300, Dallas Mavericks, Utah Jazz, Chicago Bulls plus 700, Radio Farmer Ohm plus 950, Cholet plus 950, Monaco plus 1200, Lyon Villeurbanne, I'm not part of the nerd community, I don't know how to say that word, plus 1400, Paris plus 1400, and the Shanghai Sharks plus 1500. I thought this was Hater Central. These are actual teams overseas, like near the end. The top NBA teams are bottom. These are actual like teams, like the Shanghai Sharks. Man, are people like betting on Killian Hayes odds? Killian Hayes belongs to the G League. I mean, Killian Hayes passes decent. That's about it. At least he can actually get the ball to Wemby. So the Chicago Bulls may need to offer additional assets if they want to offload Zach LaVine's contract. And quote, there's a growing feeling among rival executives that the Bulls may have to attach another asset to move LaVine. Something sources said the Bulls have been hesitant to do it to this point. An alternative could be to merely move LaVine as a salary dump for expiring contracts, although NBC Sports Chicago has previously reported that the Bulls weren't at that stage yet. Plus, of course, it will take another team willing to do that, period, end quote. This team hasn't done shit at the deadline. No need to even discuss this. You literally can't pay another team to take this guy's contract at this point. I just don't think any team can go out there and take that expensive contract of Mr. Zach LaVine. I think all the Bulls can really do is trade maybe Andre Drummond at the deadline, maybe Alex Caruso. But I don't think you're going to be able to trade Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan. Jalen Green's name is generating buzz on the trade market, per Zaclone. Oh, is it now? They want to chase a playoff spot now. This is why Jalen Green's name has generated some trade buzz per league sources. Come on, let's be for real. They aren't trading Jalen Green. The Rockets just said they will focus on Jalen Green. Sorry if you saw that. I just had to spit out this, like, stuff in my throat. From where my throat's sore. I had to spit it out. That's why I paused the video. But a report literally came out yesterday that he's untouchable, Jalen Green, and they're not willing to trade him. But it's like, nobody's going to trade for like an off-brand Jordan Clarkson. Like, the dude is so inefficient from before. Like, I'm just being honest. Trae Young tonight had 32 points, 15 assists, 89.5% true shooting. The only other player in NBA history to reach those numbers was John Stockton in 1989. And he was an All-Star starter that year, by the way. And Trae Young wasn't this year. Putting up 32-15 after he doesn't get selected for the All-Star game. I know people say, oh, but defense. Since when has defense mattered in the All-Star game? Defense ain't been playing the All-Star game forever. Just saying. So Mario Chalmers has players like Danny Granger, Lil Dang, and Jimmy Butler didn't fear LeBron James in the playoffs. And Mario Chalmers, will you shut up? So, and none of them ever beat him, so good for them. Mario Chalmers says things like this, and then he wonders why LeBron won't answer his text. The Wizards may be willing to move Tyus Jones for multiple second-round picks per at J.K. Fisher. Rival executives have indicated a confidence that Washington will ultimately be willing to move on from Jones for a package of multiple second-round picks. Last year's trade deadline did see various players dealt for 3 and as many as 5 second-round picks. That would be a steal for a contender, in my opinion. It'd be a good backup point guard. I think it's a good backup point guard for any contender. I feel like it'd be a good trade package. So, Rich Paul said via ESPN, end quote, LeBron won't be traded, and we aren't asking to be. Sounds like something someone wants to be traded would say. Say, oh, I don't want to be traded, then, he's going to get traded. So, Pat Bev talked about the Lakers on the Pat Bev pod. He said, end quote, when I left, they blamed me. They blamed us. We're on some of the best teams in the NBA. Yeah, they are on the best teams off the bench in minimal roles. Pat Bev always wants to smoke. Remember when he told Curry the next 5 years are mine? And then Curry won a championship in 2022 and then won Finals MVP as well. So NBA.com's updated MVP ladder. Number 1, Jokic. Number 2, SGA. Number 3, Joel Embiid. Number 4, Giannis. Number 5, Jason Tatum. Number 6, Luka. Number 7 is Sabonis. Number 8, Leonard. Number 9, Durant. And number 10, Booker. Man, Doncic's lower than Tatum. It's crazy. Jalen Brunson should be here. To me. But Sabonis is number 7 here on the updated MVP ladder and didn't make the All-Star team. It's crazy. The Lakers have been including Gabe Vincent's name in trade talks, per J.K. Fisher. He literally turned into Kendrick Nunn 2.0. Nobody's going to want him. I mean, he's been injured like the whole year, but still. Per your report, Lakers and Bucks interested in Marcus Smart. Man, the Lakers are like that late-night hooker. They'll take anyone. I mean, Smart's a good defender, but I don't know. Him on the Bucks would be good, because they need that defensive, piece. I feel like Marcus Smart could be a good defensive guard for him. But that's just my thoughts. So yeah, it's all to say for the NBA here. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.